morning, keepers of the cash. Gary B, the casual comic guy here, and we are back this week. And joining me, just like every Thursday, we have my good buddy Digger Jim. Jim, what's up, bud?
Man, I am so ready for the weekend. Work has been a pain. So let's go and see what Tyler can show us.
Right, and of course, our guest of honor this evening, none other than Shattered Glass Reviews. We have Tyler Glass here. How you doing, Tyler? Nice to see you. From Whack Comics as well.
Here I am.
You is.
Now, as everyone knows, we like to play around the format of this show. We've had board game editions, we've had album editions. We have our first action figure edition coming up with Dave Bratton on July 30th. So we are doing new things with the show because the format accepts it. And tonight will be no different because Tyler's here and he is doing an all sports card episode.
And I'm different.
Right. And we're going to see some great stuff. Well, I knew I wanted you on for one of these kind of shows because you're a collector's collector. You have a lot of things that interest you.
Yeah,
and,
unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, but you have good stuff. You have fun stuff, and you can speak to it well. But without further ado, this is Tyler. Tyler, give us a quick 2 minutes who you are, what channels that people can find you on, and then we'll say hi to the crowd.
I'm Tyler. Yeah. And wait, what am I supposed to say?
Where can people find you?
Tyler, and I dig for coins. I collect comic books. I'm on Whack Comics. Sometimes Digger Jim's channel. He's never invited me, but sometimes. Sometimes
like
here.
I also have never been invited by Jim to his channel.
Yeah,
I think
nice
he's been
though.
on my channel at least once.
Yeah. I'm gonna do sports cards today, which
Nice.
I think is probably not going to hit for most people in the community, which is perfect. So I reached out to Gary and asked if I could do sports cards, just like the time I reached out to Rob and asked if I could do Pokemon cards, and Gary was just as excited as Rob was.
Yeah, I'm a sports guy, so I'm ready for this. This is gonna be great.
Yeah.
You know, I've been watching my Devils just kill it in the trades in the draft this season. They've
I
done
don't do hockey. I don't do hockey.
Yeah,
It's
just
okay.
Don't do hockey. do soccer cards like this.
Or soccer.
Yeah, do soccer
You
cards.
guys do the weirdest sports. Those two sports. Hockey's
Well,
great. I watched the Stanley Cup though. That was great.
But we do sports at least.
Yeah. I
Right,
was at the Fever game yesterday, so I don't have much to say. The WNBA.
Right. You and my friend Dan are about the only two I know that watch that.
Are they winning?
They're like closer to 500 now. They're playing good.
I know they were like 5-12 or something. They were horrible there in the beginning.
Yeah, they're a horrible team. Like I watched
60?
horrible basketball yesterday, but Caitlin Clark's a beast. She put up a stat line that had never been done by a rookie before yesterday. So it was fun.
She's the big news over there anyway.
I couldn't believe how loud it was for like any kind of game, but especially a WNBA game.
Well, it's tough too when you're like the hot rookie coming in. Like either you hit it or you don't, right? Because you're under the spotlight. Either you perform and you live up to your hype, or you're way below the hype and people are talking shit about you all season.
Yep.
Well, I think the league's been around since like 95 or 97 or something, and she's the first hot rookie that's ever come. So
right. They've had some great players. I mean,
for sure they have. No one's giving a shit.
Yeah, they just couldn't get the draw in like they. I mean,
they did okay at first when they had Lisa Leslie and stuff,
Right.
Oh, you can name a lot of them. I remember in like late 2000s, maybe 2010. You guys might remember Skylar Diggins.
Mm-hmm.
She played on Notre Dame women's basketball team, and she was like really good looking, and everyone thought she was really good looking, and Notre Dame got a lot of hype because of her. She was really good. And then she went to the WNBA, and I never heard her name again.
Oh,
like that's really how it's always been. College basketball has always been king for women's, but
at least they outlasted the XXLs, the XFL or whatever it was.
Well, they combined. They're the like UFL or USFL. I don't know what they are.
Right.
The XFL has been around twice, and
the Rocks League
failed both times.
All right, let's say hi to everyone in the crowd tonight. First in, as always, we have James Las Cruces. Good evening, sir. Nice to see you. We have Kevin from Entropy and Comics. Good evening, sir. We have Erotic Comics, who has the nerve to go out and have dinner with his wife, so he'll catch us on the rewind. No, Just kidding. Thank you, Joe. You know you're one of my favorites, buddy. We have Steve the Voice White. We have Psychedelic Comics. Paul, good evening, sir. We have Canadian extraordinaire Jean Malo.
John.
And another good Canadian, Marty Electo. All right, we have John's Comics for Kids. Good evening, John.
That's me.
We have Geek Out with Roscoe. Good evening, Roscoe. Nice to see you, sir.
Not a fan of Roscoe. But I can separate the art from the artist.
And then Marty's already given you a dig, so no hockey cards.
No hockey cards. No, I don't. So we have a local hockey team here, the Comets, and they're an affiliate of the Oilers.
Okay.
Who were just in the Stanley Cup.
They were.
So
that was a great series too. Man.
Yeah,
that series
7 games.
Yeah, I mean, I thought for a second they were going to get swept, and then what a heart in that team to fight back for 3 games, and then it was still a close game 7.
Oh yeah, it was. I don't have a lot to add to that, but yeah, I watched them. It was fun. I just don't know the players very well.
There was somebody posted. I don't remember what I saw it on. To be honest with you, there was a guy that made a bet, and it was like one of those like trifecta bets. And if the Oilers had won, he had the potential to win like $500,000 based on his bet.
Yeah, I think I saw that
because the Oilers weren't picked to win.
Yeah, it was a parlay. He parlayed with like 2 other champions, like the Celtics. And,
right.
And the Chiefs. I think that was it. I think it was Celtics, Chiefs, and Oilers.
But I think the thing was he made that bet at the beginning of the year.
A long time ago.
Right.
Yeah, and the like you said, it was very unlikely, and he almost got it.
That's why he gets such great odds on it.
Yeah, so. But instead he won nothing, so that's pretty cool.
That's what he did.
Oilers. That's what they
almost won. Congratulations.
The Oilers blew it.
Yeah, dude, that was a good goaltending series though.
Yeah,
just I mean, poor Skinner on the Oilers side. He fought hard, but it just wasn't enough. Nothing was getting by. Oh, now I'm blanking on the other goalie. But everyone is expecting the Oilers to come in and really pounce with you had like Connor McDavid and stuff on there and Draisaitl, but both teams have great players, but it was just good hockey. If your team wasn't in the finals, it was just good hockey to watch.
You know how weird it is to be on a comic book channel and hear sports talk and not have everyone just say shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's great. It's so great. I get to hear sports and like actually be okay about hearing it and responding.
Right, not have to not get sports shamed.
I know you cannot talk sports on. It's sacrilegious.
I don't know why.
Well, let's get back
either.
to sports. So let's go back to you, Tyler, and we'll let's say hi to Stu, who is coming up. Dr. Dude's fan club. He is coming up on the shows next month or later this month. I got to check the schedule, but he is coming up. It'll be his first time on the show, so we're super happy to have him. And you can catch him over on Blame Fable and his amazing friends. So make sure you guys are checking out that show. All right, so Tyler, let's get right into the sports cards, man. We're not going to shame you for what you collect over here. We're going to embrace it. So let's see what you got. Bro.
I feel like I take enough shaming already.
Right.
So I was very lucky that I got introduced into sports, in baseball specifically. Like baseball was my main love as a kid. Yeah. I wouldn't really say now. I love basketball as much now. But I got lucky and got introduced to it in 1998 during the Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa slugging home runs everywhere. So these are my first 2 cards I'm showing. These are from 89 and 90. These are rookie Ken Griffey Jr. and rookie Sammy Sosa.
Man, look how young Sammy looks.
Look at Sammy's mustache.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, is that a pen mark?
And not only that, that was like a peak. That was one of the peak times for baseball. They had a resurgence then. You had great players that even if you weren't following baseball, you knew who they were because they were everywhere in the news.
Yeah, because I think it was 94 they had the strike season, or maybe it was 95. And baseball really took a dive after that. And then the steroid users came in and saved the day. But, I mean, obviously, Ken Griffey didn't use steroids. But these were 2 of my favorite players. I love the Mariners. Another favorite player of mine was A-Rod. who was later found out to have steroids. But literally, my childhood favorite players are all just blacklisted. It kind of sucks.
I love these guys. Oh, they're blacklisted.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I really don't love them anymore. But I'll always remember. I love Ken Griffey still.
Yeah, Ken Griffey Jr. was good. I mean, he wasn't on the roids. I didn't think.
No, he's not. He did. In fact, the reason he didn't break the all-time home run record is because he wasn't on roids. He was hurt all the time.
Right.
If he took roids, he wouldn't have been injured.
Right? Yeah, he was always recovered.
But there'd be an asterisk. This is when they put an asterisk beside everything. I'm like, dude, just take them out. If they won illegally, come on.
So I've also come around. Well, I guess we're going to talk about all kinds of shit today. I've come around to accepting that like Barry Bonds and these players should be in the Hall of Fame. Like they did it, and really baseball accepted it too.
Well, I'm not saying what they did isn't. It's sort of like the bigger picture thing, like what you said. They helped pull the game out of the gutter. They made it exciting again.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark McGwire up there just cracking that thing out the park. Sosa cracking it out of the park. You were anticipating every time they got up to the bat.
Well, and it wasn't just their talent either. These guys had personalities that fit the media really well.
Oh, for sure. I mean, an iconic moment. If you guys even might remember, but after 9/11, Sammy Sosa ran out to right field with a USA flag. Like, it's just very iconic how baseball like reignited everyone, and it was just great. That was a great time for baseball.
Now, when did you get into actually getting the cards graded, Tyler?
So I kind of buy them graded now just because I'm older and I like the way it looks. I like the way it preserves the card. I like
the presentation's great.
Yeah, it has a value to it as well. Like just because they're graded, you know what they're worth. Like these are high grade cards, and these are in CGC holders, which I think are the only ones I'm showing today. I don't really do CGC because they aren't really in the sports community. But I just want to say hi to Vintage Sports Shack. That's my buddy Paul. I help him on the back end of some YouTube stuff, and I met him at a card show. So
nice.
What's up, Paul?
So who graded that? CSG?
It says CSG, but it's CGC.
Oh, okay.
Same for our comics.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll go on to the next one.
So that was your number one.
Yeah, that was number one. So number two, I'm going with two.
See, this is cool because nobody gets to see these things from you.
Man, this is neat.
These are two of the best football players of all time, in my opinion, and they were rookies in the same season.
Is that a Superior stand you got there, Tyler?
It is Superior stand. This is rookie Peyton Manning and rookie Randy Moss. You don't seem too excited. You don't like these.
Now, with Peyton Manning, like his last win was more of his team winning for him than him, I thought.
Oh, for sure.
He was kind of absent in that game. And I actually thought his brother and his wins played way better than Peyton did in his. I thought Eli played better games than him.
I mean, that might be true.
He may not be the overall better quarterback.
Yeah, that's not really what I'm talking about. But I agree. But Peyton Manning's got to be like number 2 or 3 best quarterback of all time. Like one of the best. And
talk about a great personality. Dude, his SNL skit when he's hitting the kids with the ball and stuff is so funny.
Oh, yeah. He's hilarious.
Well, yeah,
I'm sorry. I derailed you. Go ahead and talk.
No, you're good.
Randy
I
Moss is a goat.
I don't hear what Jim thinks more than anything. Jim, do you not like these players?
No. I just think I just like Randy Moss better.
Okay.
I like Randy. I mean, Peyton Manning's fine, but I like Randy Moss better. Plus, my mother was a big Viking fan, so she. I don't know why, but she just liked the Vikings. So we had to, every time Vikings play, we had to watch it. So
these are graded
big names so far, Jean.
Because they don't fall off. I know. Yeah, Peyton Manning's really like reached across so many communities. He even has a show out right now. I think that was part of the reason I showed. His receiver show just came out on Netflix. He did quarterback last year, and this time it's receiver.
Nice.
And they follow receivers throughout the NFL season. It is an amazing show.
I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, you should watch it. The quarterbacks series last year was incredible. It actually got me back into watching the NFL solely
What's it
because
on?
of that show.
What's the
on
stream?
Netflix.
Oh, okay.
And it came out, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago.
All right.
Like I said, I've been in a boys' hole for the last couple weeks.
So next, I have the greatest of all time. This is, I don't know if it's technically his rookie card. No.
Wayne Gretzky.
And I also think this was the first short print ever made. Somebody told me that. I don't know if that's true, but this is Michael Jordan.
Oh Lord.
1991 Upper Deck when he was taking batting practice with the Chicago White Sox.
I've never seen that card.
So this is actually, I mean, I don't know if it's rumored or if it's true, but I'm going to say rumored to be like part of the reason he went back to baseball is he took batting practice here, and it reignited that flame in him that he wanted to play baseball. Obviously, his dad passing away and all that is true as well, but
right,
this is 3 years before he retired, and here he was taking batting practice with the White Sox, and later he ended up playing in the minors for him, so that's pretty cool. There you go. Paul said yes, so Paul said that's correct.
Nice.
And Marty Electro owns that card as well.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool card. I mean, he just looks like a monster. Can you imagine if he played in the MLB too? 6'6". I mean, and he's so fast, he would have torn people up.
Yeah, his speed was what I mean.
Oh, here, I'll leave this.
It'd have been interesting to see how he would do.
I think he would have been great.
And you know, when you're growing up and you're our age, Michael Jordan was everything in sports for a long time.
Oh yeah.
I've got a whole wall of Space Jam figures. Literally, that was one of my favorite movies. Michael Jordan.
Remember that funny commercial he did with his mom too back in the day?
Oh yeah, of her dunking.
Yeah,
I think it was for dunking.
Yeah.
I barely remember it, but I know he did a commercial with his mom.
Oh, Psychedelic Comment said, "I wish MJ stayed in baseball so the Knicks had a better chance." And the Knicks have no chance. You just have to accept that. No matter who's playing, there's no chance.
They put all their money in the Yankees.
Nah, Knicks are they're just washed. I mean, it doesn't matter who they have. He actually sucks at baseball. Check his stats. It was really awesomeness promotion event. Yeah, at the end, right before the strike, his stats were like going up. There's a documentary on it. It might even be on Netflix. 30 for 30. He was doing really well, and then they went on strike, and he went back to basketball. The circumstances of him going to baseball and then back to basketball are pretty insane because none of any of that should have ever happened, but it did.
Okay, and you got your buddy Paul agreeing with you that he got better.
Yeah, he did. He got a lot better. I think
he was just a natural athlete. So
Oh yeah,
he didn't work hard to be as great as he was, but you have to have some natural ability to do that as well.
Yeah, there's natural athletes, and then there's Michael Jordan, like the most natural athlete of all time, probably.
Right, and people always like to throw stats out of other basketball players and comparing to him, but nobody did for the sport what he did for the sport.
Oh no, he was the man. Okay,
and when he was playing, you had every bandwagon fan out there wearing a Jordan jersey. You couldn't go outside without someone wearing a Jordan jersey. Now you can't see a Bulls jersey anywhere you go outside. No one's got them.
Some people, and if they do, it's still Jordan. It's no one on the team.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's always going to be 23. It ain't going to be anybody else. I can tell you that. No Pippen jersey or anything.
But back then, everyone had a Bulls jersey.
There was actually a lady at work that had one on the other day. Now that you mention it, I was like, oh, man, doing a throwback.
I bet they missed those sales days with him on the team.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tyler. Your next ones.
Okay, so next ones I'm showing off some of my '89 Fleer, and this is like peak junk wax era. And if you don't know what that is, that's like '90s comics that they're all overprinted, not worth anything. like 80s and 90s was considered junk wax era for cards, the exact same as
okay.
comics.
I never heard that expression.
Yeah.
So the reason to grade it, or just, I mean, it's not monetary. It's just to keep them preserved.
So this is a rookie Randy Johnson. It does have some value, and when I say some value, it might be like $20 to $30. Honestly, I'm not exactly sure because it's a 9.
Gotcha.
So a lot of them are really off center or damaged. So if you're getting a 9 to a 10, it has some value. If you are not, it is worthless, legitimately worthless.
Man, I did not know he played for.
I know, isn't that? Yeah, I think a lot of people don't know that, but this is a cool one. I think this is actually the common version, but the ad is blacked out in the background. As you can see, it says it on there.
Yeah,
there's a big Marlboro ad for cigarettes behind him, and it got blacked out in subsequent printings because he didn't like that, or it just wasn't okay.
Right. Coca-Cola was fine, but no cigarettes.
Well, yeah, and it was like very prominent in the picture. I wish I had the original, but this is an original printing of the 89 Flair. This is like an infamous card, and they've even done a new one, which I'll talk about after, of Bill Ripken. If you look, I wonder if I can get it on here. It says on his bat, "fuckface."
Yeah, I see it.
On his bat right there,
I've heard of this card.
Yeah,
this is called the fuckface card. It zoomed in for a second, but
I saw
you just kind of snuck that in there and no one noticed, huh?
Yeah. So there's a lot of variations. There's ones where there's like a black box over it, a white box, a white scribble. There's so many variations. I want to say 8 different ones. But this year they did a short print of a new Orioles rookie that says "Fun Face."
Oh Lord!
And he's in the same pose, so it's pretty funny just because it's such an iconic.
I'm just saying that's the Baltimore way, man. I mean,
And good for him for getting one over on everybody.
Yeah.
Well, there's also a rumor that Fleer knew about it and they purposefully did it to get promotion for themselves. They didn't block it out, but we'll never know. And I'm going to take these down because I have 2 more to show with this set.
Sure.
But it still counts. It's still the 89 Fleer.
Nice.
This is rookie Dion.
Lord. Look at that hair. Look at that.
Look at that.
Man. Jeez. He looks like he should be on a Kid and Play video.
Nobody's got swag like Dion.
Another name that was just always being talked about.
Yeah.
And another one, Jim Abbott. Jim Abbott is one of my all-time favorite players. He was born with one hand. So he do you guys know Jim Abbott?
I do not.
Okay, so he holds his glove on his nub of his right, where his hand should be.
Right.
Throws the ball, and then he slips his left hand that he threw it with into the glove on his follow-through so he can field the ball.
Wow.
Yeah, and he threw a no-hitter for the Yankees. He was a great pitcher. Like, he is an absolute legend in my eyes.
Right, like how can he not be?
Yeah. Oh, that Billy kept losing his bat, so Cal wrote "fuckface." So you know which one was it. That is great.
I believe that.
You got Jones approval with the Yankees.
Yeah.
But I just love these players. I love this set. I really like the gray and black lines. Like, it just looks really classic, even though they really are mostly worthless cards.
Yeah, they do look classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got that old school feel to them.
Yeah.
All right, so this is my next one. I don't know which I'm on 3.
This is going to be number 5 now.
Number 5, okay. So this is the 1987 middle junk wax era cards, Bo Jackson and Mark McGwire.
Yeah,
and I have another one.
Gonna put a Bo Jackson up in there.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, if you did, I mean, like Dion, Bo was everywhere, right? On every ad.
That's what I was like. He's got to show me a Bo Jackson card at some point.
And you couldn't watch any sporting event without like 3-4 of his commercials playing.
Yep.
Remember, it was always the Bo Nose era.
How many years of baseball did he play? Maybe I want to say 7.
Yeah, I don't think it was as long.
It wasn't many. 7 might be too many.
No, I think that might be right.
Yeah, either way, but this is Mark McGuire. Obviously, we talked about him earlier. Look how skinny and little he is.
Yeah, he looks like a kid, man. Oh my
Yeah.
God. That's a terrible pose, by the way.
Right.
I mean, it's like, here's my ass. That's just a terrible card.
He's
I
just
mean, look, Bo,
he's not posing. He's
Yeah,
not posing.
but still, Bo is like, looks like he's getting ready to field the ball. We're seeing the backside of Mark McGuire's ass, essentially.
Well,
They
and
could have
you know
shot
that,
that
right?
from a
You have all these professional photographers out there for these card companies. And
Yeah,
that's
that's
the best shot they
one
come
we
up with.
get.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
Bo couldn't look bad if you tried to make him look bad. Bo Jackson is the man. Mark McGuire was just some little dude back then.
Yeah,
that photographer's like nailed it. Send this one on.
and here's the other one I wanted to show from the same set. This is rookie Greg Maddux.
Wow.
That's not bad. At
1987.
least it's like post throw.
Yeah. He's got his little porn stash and everything.
Oh yeah, he's looking good.
Oh, dude, the hockey and baseball mustaches were hilarious.
So Tyler, growing up in Richmond, that was the highlight was when the old man would take John and I to go see the Braves play, the Richmond Braves, because anybody that came through the Braves was going to Atlanta. It was the final stop before you got to Atlanta. So we saw, Greg Maddux, Dave Justice, Chipper Joe, all those guys came through. I remember when, do you remember, what was his name? Joe Rocker.
Oh yeah.
The one that was like uber racist and they sent him down.
Yeah, he's super famous.
Yeah, they sent him down. We watched him play a couple times. I was like, oh my God.
He got in some fights too.
Yeah, he was terrible. He was not a good person. He was not a good person.
So who's your all-time favorite baseball player though? I mean, do you have a top favorite?
I would say I'm getting there. So let's just wait. Let's just wait on that one. I'm going to show off more. Yeah, let it cook, as the kids say. All right, so this is another. I mean, I've showed some of my favorite baseball players already, but this is another one of my favorite baseball players.
Oh yeah, because he's a boss.
Yeah, Ricky Henderson. So this is rookie Ricky right here, 1980 tops. The A's colors and uniforms to me are just 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
and that's a good pose they got him in too.
Yeah. I mean,
because it's the right side, Gary. It's not the ass side.
It's not the ass side. Yeah.
That photographer knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And then this is 11 years later when he broke the steal record.
Yeah. I mean,
nice.
If you watched a game and Oakland was playing and he was in it, he was going to try. He's just I'm going to get to second base. That's what's going to happen. If he got a single, he's like, nope, not good enough. We're going to second.
I always like they just got a good, simple name, right? The Athletics. They didn't try to get fancy. They didn't try to do anything shiny. It's just, we're the Athletics.
Yeah. I think they were called the Athletic Club.
Yeah.
Like it was Oakland Athletic Club and they changed it to just Athletics. But they won't be for much longer. They're going to be out of Oakland, probably in Vegas in like 2 or 3 years. And I think they're changing their name and everything.
Wow.
I mean,
you got, Marty saying, sad to see the A's leaving. They have a great history.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the toughest thing in sports, though, right? When you see these storied franchises and all of a sudden they end up in obscurity and they end up getting sold off and moved somewhere else. And
yeah, it's the owner's fault. The A's owners absolutely screwed them. So I feel bad for Oakland, but not for the owners. They're horrible.
Oh, they dug their own grave on that one.
Yeah.
Huh?
So these are some of my older cards for my next one. This is my oldest card.
Wow.
And then I'm going to show two of these.
It's not the Mickey Mantle. I'm disappointed.
I'll just start with this one. No, I don't
I don't know
this
who
is
that
much
is.
older than Mickey Mantle.
Yeah, it's a cigarette card, isn't it?
So this is a 1909 Old Mill Cigarettes Jake Feister card. So the reason I got this one, I always wanted one of these. You could get them when you bought cigarettes. You got a card. It wasn't always baseball. Could be anything. And
I like the size that they were too.
Yeah. So they just fit right in the cigarette box. And this guy pitched and got a win in the Cubs' first ever World Series in 1907.
Nice.
Wow.
So that is why I wanted him specifically, because that's pretty cool. And look at those old uniforms and the color on it. I just think it's so cool. And even the back.
Old Mill cigarettes.
Old Mill cigarettes.
It's so unique. It's just nice.
That's like an old coin.
Yeah.
Now, how did that come in your possession? Through luck, through looking, or?
I'd been looking for one for a while because I just really just wanted one. So there's a lot of different Cubs players you can get. A lot of them weren't any good or didn't play or weren't on the World Series team. So I wanted to get one of the World Series team.
Yeah.
And I wanted a guy that was good. So this is the guy I landed on, and I just waited for the right time, a low grade, so I could afford it. Why is it a 1.5? Well, it is beat to shit. Like the edges are beat to shit. Like they're all rounded, and
yeah,
I want to say there's a couple creases. If you can see right above his hat, there's like a crease.
Yeah.
So this is not a good card. But
it's a historic card.
It's a historic card, and I want to say I got it for like $100, so it still has value for sure.
Well, and not only that, though, sometimes even if something isn't a value of big value, just the history alone makes it worth it.
Yeah.
Like, because I think sometimes people get too caught up in a grade and not the history of what it is.
Yeah, I agree with that. And honestly, sometimes the beat up stuff is cooler. I don't.
Well, that's a good question, Brad.
It's got history.
If it did smell like tobacco coming out.
It probably did.
Yeah, that honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, it probably did. Probably had a tobacco smell for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I remember too, like just back in the day, like. When if you're watching a baseball, everybody had the big wad in their mouth, and they were always
it was different.
Spitting, and like tobacco was associated with baseball for so long.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, they'd spit
it
on
makes
the
total
field.
sense. They had those mini cards in the packs.
Yeah, they spit on the field. I mean, disgusting, right?
Well, I mean, they even smoked back then. I mean, they sit there and smoke in the dugout, wait to kick their bat up.
So, and here's the other two, somewhat older. This is like my favorite set, or one of my favorite sets, 1960 Topps. I just think they look so classic. I love the colors that they picked for each team. They're so odd looking, but
they don't get much more
good.
classic than Yogi Berra.
Look at that old school Yankees emblem. Come on.
Yeah, I know. In the even the back, they each have like a little cartoon on them.
Oh, that's really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. Yogi won 10 World Series, which is the most ever, and 13 total, 3 as a coach.
Nice.
So, I mean, we're talking legend of legends.
And Ernie Banks.
Yeah. And he also has a lot of the best quotes of all time. I see Bore has put one in there.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, it's not letting me highlight anyone. What's going on here?
Probably because you don't like Bore.
Yeah.
No, because I tried to do Marcus first.
And then
the other one to kind of like go with Yogi, because he's the complete opposite. Ernie Banks, he's got like over 500 total home runs. Mr. Cub, probably the greatest Cub of all time. I honestly don't know if anyone could ever pass him because of how players get traded and change teams to be.
There's no longevity in one team.
Yeah, I just don't see anyone ever surpassing Ernie Banks as a Cub, and it's not even like you're not as good as Ernie thing. It's just a factual people change teams now.
Yeah, there's no legacy players for teams anymore.
No.
But I think Ernie played, 18 or 19 seasons, and Yogi won 10 World Series as a Yankee as a player, and Ernie Banks never played a playoff game.
Wow.
So these go together, kind of crazy, just opposites. Ernie Banks is probably considered a better player than Yogi Berra. One of the best players of all time, maybe the best shortstop of all time. Never played a playoff game because he was on shit teams.
And it's weird, right? Sometimes you get these people with massive talent, but they're never on the right team.
Yeah, right. It is wild. I mean, it's also a little circumstantial too, because back then you had to win the pennant, and the pennant you went to the World Series.
I got you.
So the best team, really the highest paid team, would go to the World Series each year. Like you couldn't be in second. You had to be the best in your league.
Right. Nice.
Very weird. I think that was until 1963. So you could say 20 of the Yankees World Series are bullshit, but I'm not saying it. You could just say it.
but you could
They
say
bought them.
You could say it, but
I'm sorry, but I don't have a favorite team, but it's the entire division against the Yankees. I'm just not a Yankees fan. I'm just not, because I think it's like they spent all that money, and so when they would lose, I would be like, yes, thank you.
See, when I was growing up, I was a Dodgers fan.
Yeah, now they're the new Yankees.
Pretty much. The Yankees of the West,
So now
here we go.
These are I don't know if anyone care about these but me, to be honest, but these are some of my favorite Colts of all time. I have a third card, but these Bob Sanders is, I think he's probably one of the best or the best safety of all time, but he'll never be considered that because he only played like 2.5 years and was hurt all of the other years he played. It really sucks. So he was healthy for 2 seasons. He won Defensive Player of the Year, and the other season they won the Super Bowl. So if he was just healthy, I would have loved to see what the Colts could have done.
Right.
But man, he was scary. I think he was Troy Polamalu, but better is what I would say.
Okay.
His stats are crazy, and his shit is crazy. YouTube it. And then this is Darius Leonard, one of my other all-time favorite players, who literally just left the Colts last year, and he just kind of got hurt and got phased out, and it really sucked because he was so good.
Now, did you buy that signed, or did you get it, or did you TTM it? That looks like a card like a special card that came in.
Yeah. These are both came signed, but this next one, I guess this one did too. This is one of my other favorite players, Dwight Freeney, and this one's also signed.
Nice.
And that's rookie Dwight Freeney. I'm sure you probably know who that is. Maybe you didn't know Bob Sanders.
I know the name, but I don't know it past the name.
Okay. Yeah, these are older Colts players. So if you don't really follow football or don't like the Colts, maybe you wouldn't know them.
Right. I mean, it's like me. I have some signed Devils cards, but nobody knows them.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're getting into like some of my favorite cards.
All right.
This is like the reason I love basketball. This is LeBron, obviously. And this is his rookie card from 2003 Topps when he got drafted by the Cavs. And I hope I can get it to focus, but he just looks like such a baby.
Yeah, he looks like a kid.
And it's so funny because like they used to wear really big suits.
Yeah.
And it's like iconic for that just big
oversized
suit. Yeah.
Yeah. Brad,
even the one on the back, his picture on the back, look how little he is.
Yeah.
And then
fresh and baby face still.
Yeah. And I have a LeBron card from every year he's played in the league. So I just picked some. I didn't really know what to pick. So I picked this as a rookie, and I thought this was cool because this is like the opposite of this is when the shot he made to break the all-time scoring record.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
And if I can get it to focus, you can see Thomas Bryant down on the block calling for the ball. See him right there?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, right.
So that was the shot he made to break the record, and he's like, give me the ball. Like, he's not giving you the ball, man.
No.
He got a chance to make history. Why would he do it?
Yeah, he's not gonna have it.
That's just crazy. And then this was after that game as well, when he held up the 38,390 points.
And he's still going strong, man. He's on the Olympic team. I mean, I was just reading a whole thing about that the Olympic team is so solid. They're like, okay, we're gonna take these 5 all-stars out and put these 5 all-stars off the bench. Like,
no, I mean, they were just saying how he might be the best player on the team still, and he's the oldest player in the NBA. I've watched him my whole life, literally my whole life. I mean,
dude, and that's crazy to me. Like, so, like for me, like with hockey, like I had watched Martin Brodeur his whole career, and now he hasn't played for like 20 years. I'm like, it makes you feel old, right? You watch someone their whole career, and then like it's way in the past. Then,
yeah, I know, and it just blows my mind he's still going. I know one day he's not going to be, and I'll be so sad. Last year they played 80. I think they played 87 games last year, and I think I watched 82 of them.
wow.
So I do not miss. I have not taken LeBron for granted. I love basketball, and I'll miss him every day. He's gone.
Did he resign? You know, there was that a couple weeks back, there was a whole article about will he stay a Laker?
Yeah, he re-signed. He took a little bit less than what he could have, so they can sign somebody during the season. Hopefully. No, his son's a whole nother conversation. We can get into it.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Why wouldn't he want to play with his son?
No, he is. He's on the team. I don't think he's good enough to be in the NBA, but he is. And
I agree. I was just that was my whole joke.
Yeah.
I'm going to take less, but take the kid, okay?
No, it's whatever though. That whoever's going to be in that spot, Bronny or somebody else, he's not going to be shit anyway. He's not going to play.
Look at how young Nolan Ryan looks. Jesus.
Oh wow, that's
so.
cool.
See, this is the guy I remember who would bring the heat, and it just sucked because you're like, okay, let's see if he throws a no-hitter, because a no-hit baseball game can be kind of boring. You know?
Oh no, I disagree, man.
You want to see some hits, you know?
Sit in the. You got 27 people getting up on the other team, and they all sit down right in a row. That's insane.
No, I mean he definitely could bring the heat. There was no question about it.
So this is his second year card. That's why I wanted to show it, because he looks like an absolute baby in that picture.
Right.
Just baby Nolan right there. And it's 69. If you know anything about the Mets, the 69 amazing Mets.
I'm so used to seeing old Nolan, you know?
Yeah. And then so that was his second year playing, and this was his last year in the league in 93. And look how much older he looks. Still
right,
just bringing
what
it.
a legacy player too, though. Like, not many people have that kind of longevity.
No. And he was, I mean,
yeah,
he just brought it. Every chance he got to play, he was out there.
That's an understatement, Gary. Not many. He pitched for 27 years.
Yeah, it's nuts.
That is, I mean,
they can't even get an inning out of some of these guys now. He's like, oh, my arm is killing me.
This is another record. He broke the record for strikeouts in a season, 383. And now they don't pitch enough to. I mean, if they get 200 strikeouts in a season, you basically had a Cy Young caliber season.
Yeah.
So nobody's ever breaking that. And I think he had over 5,700 total strikeouts, which nobody's ever coming close to that. And it's also just due to how the game's played today.
Right. Yeah.
But
they won't keep him in anymore than like 2 or 3 innings, and then they're like, all right, let's pull him.
These two go along without that one. This is a signed Nolan Ryan.
Oh wow.
Relic.
With
so
a
it has
relic,
a piece of his jersey in there from when he played.
I love that Astros uniform back then.
Yeah. Oh, I do too. I so badly wanted a signed card, and I mean, there's a lot of them, but people love Nolan Ryan. They're not cheap. So I wanted to get one that's licensed with the actual logos, because there's a lot of unlicensed cards.
Yeah.
And the relic just put it over the top for me.
I was like, yeah, a lot of relics are done kind of cheap where they just put the patch in there. That one's got like a nice little framing around it.
Yeah, I wish it had a multicolor, but it's still, I love this. The signature was nice and big on it too. And then this is his rookie card. So that's a banger. Look at him. Look at his baby face.
Look how skinny his face is there. It's almost hollow.
'68 rookie card with Jerry Kugelsman or whatever.
Yeah. He's rumored to have thrown a pitch 108 miles an hour, but there weren't clocks back then, so we'll never know. But no one's the man. I forever. I have a card from every year he's played as well. Him and LeBron.
Now, Tyler, educate me real quick on that card you just took off. Why does it have 2 grades on it?
Okay, so this one is a 10 signature. They grade the auto.
Okay.
So that mean I guess I don't really even fucking
how
know
do you
what that
grade an
means.
autograph?
That's a great
Autograph.
question. I've always wondered what that means. Like if you get a 9 auto, what does that mean?
Right. Does it mean he just didn't give a fuck that day?
He got bad penmanship that day.
Yeah, I've always wondered that myself. I don't even like it, but it's there.
I was curious because I saw the 2 grades. I'm like, what is that about? And yeah, I don't understand the grading the signature thing at all.
No, I don't.
Yeah, that's
man. The Stan Lee signatures would be graded all over the place.
Oh, they'd be horrible. Some of them are absolutely just
No, yeah.
But what if you're Adam Hughes, right? You just have that little AH on everything. 10.
Exactly.
2 letters.
So I think that was my 10. That was 10 stacks.
Well, that was 11, but we'll call it 10.
Okay, well, maybe you counted 2 that I counted 1. Because I kept pulling them on and off.
Well, no, because the last one, your 10 was like LeBron James.
Yeah, that might have been. So this is the first ever 11-1-1.
Yep, that's okay. So
probably not the first ever.
No, not the first ever.
So
I'm sports card one ever.
I'll do. This is the story, I guess. Yep. So I'll do. I've got more to show from this one as well.
Sure,
this is my other favorite player of all
Have
time.
fun.
This is Pete Rose, and as many of you know, he bet on baseball.
Yes.
Does he have a note?
But he has the most hits ever. My dad started watching baseball because of the Reds, Pete Rose, Johnny Bench, Joe Morgan. So I really just grew up hearing about Pete Rose all the time. This is his rookie card, probably one of the ugliest rookie cards to ever exist.
Jesus, no.
But look at him. Look at him.
I kind of like that. It's unique.
It's ugly, but it's cool, I guess.
So you're saying that
they photoshopped it? It was just like
cards.
What'd you say, Gary?
You said so. That's like the Avengers Annual 10 of the baseball card.
Yeah, it's so bad.
It really is, but it's still it's so iconic that I can just look past the ugliness. It's seriously just.
I like it. I like how it looks actually.
And then this is his second year card after he won Rookie of the Year.
I still think they should let him in.
Yeah, I do too.
I think so many people in that sport have done so much worse. He just gambled. Big fucking deal.
Yeah, I understand it. I think he's done his time, and I think it's time to let him in.
So too.
While he's still alive, I think he should be let in.
No, he was too important to baseball. You can't just omit that.
Yeah, so I don't really have a real in-depth story, but that is one of Pete Rose is definitely one of the reasons I got into baseball at all because of my dad. And so those were his first 2 cards, and these were his last 2 cards from 1987, which we've already seen some cards from this set.
Right.
And as you can see, he had a manager and a player card because he was a player manager.
Oh, I didn't know.
Can you see he's manager and then nothing? Because I don't even know. Was he the last player manager? That just doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
Right. I haven't heard of it.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
Usually, like Nolan Ryan, when someone retires, they make cards after you're done playing. But because of Pete Rose betting on baseball, these were his last cards until a long time. Nobody wanted a Pete Rose card because he bet on baseball. So it took years, decades, for them to make more cards of him. And what's the last one? It's Spec.
Yeah,
Correct.
Give us your spec player.
Okay, spec. So in baseball or in sports in general, they call it prospecting. They don't call
Yeah.
it speculating. They call it prospecting. So I'm prospecting some players.
Nice.
Full disclosure, I don't prospect at all. But if I did, these would be the ones I prospect. I love Pete Crow Armstrong.
Okay.
He plays for the Cubs. He's fast as fuck. He's just an electric player, and I really like him. There's really not a whole lot to say. I don't even know if he's that good, but I really like him. And he's a rookie this year.
Who'd be your prospect for basketball?
I'm basketball. Oh, Wemby, right?
Yeah.
I didn't pull out any Wembys because I have all baseball, but so those were.
You didn't do like a Knicks Kicks and Comics, huh?
No, I don't want to do anything like him.
Brian Bosworth. You're bringing out all the terrible ones.
And then here's two more. This is Ellie De La Cruz for the Reds. He's technically was a rookie last year. And Paul Skeens. Have you heard of him?
I've never heard of Paul Skeens.
Oh, he's torching the MLB right now. He just got called up like a couple months ago. If he's probably more famous for dating Livy Dunn.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Digger Jim's in on Livy Dunn.
Yeah, that part I get.
I don't know who Livy Dunn is.
She goes to LSU and does gymnastics, and she's famous for being good looking.
Yeah, she's hot.
And having an Instagram.
She's hot. But anyway, Marcus says he's the new Randy Johnson. What do you think about that? Is that true?
I think that's a good comparison. He's a right-handed Randy Johnson. Yeah, I that would be a long shot, Marcus, because he didn't start the year up, but man, he could. It's not out of reach. And then these are my last two for the prospecting. This is Shota Imanaga. He's a pitcher for the Cubs, rookie this year, and he just made the All-Star team. Henry.
Nice.
Yeah, but I love Shota. He's really been like the bright spot in the Cubs all year.
Nice.
Who was the one that was in for the Los Angeles that bet last year?
Are you talking about the Japanese player?
Yeah.
Yamamoto.
Yeah. Didn't he bet last year on the
Oh no, you're talking about Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, Ohtani or something.
Well, they're saying that it was his interpreter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no Latrell. But that's it.
Nice.
That was fantastic, Tyler. Those are great to see.
They were.
Like that was a lot of fun. Those are cool. The things that you had were amazing.
Yeah, I tried to just pull out some like random different stuff because I mean, you go through your collection, it's hard to pick. But
Right.
Well, that's why it's not 10 favorites, right? It's just 10 that are favorites. You can have an infinite amount of favorites.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially we're collectors. We like more than 10 things.
Yeah, at least 11.
Right, on a good day. Yeah.
I showed Bo. You didn't see my.
Bo.
I showed the rookie Bo earlier.
Man, you missed Bo. It was good. You don't have it.
Oh, look at CJ trolling you here.
What the fuck? You don't have.
I was showing him at Kansas City.
Is that a real place, Tyler?
Yeah, I did. I showed. Oh, he's Kansas City.
Oh, come on! I was trying to pick on Marcus.
I don't have any Mahomes because his cards are so expensive. So that's.
That's okay. You can always catch it on the rewind. He did have a whole little bow thing though.
Yeah. You should if you like sports. This was
right. If you didn't put Bo Jackson out there, I was going to be like, all right, this is a farce.
Well, especially with the era he was going with for a minute.
Right. I feel like I have so many. I could have easily missed Bo. There's a lot of cards that I could have showed that I just didn't.
Yeah, but there were like you have to have a Jordan.
Derek Thomas.
I feel like you have to have a Jordan. Yeah, Bo Jackson. Wayne Gretzky. I mean, those three right there. Boom, boom, boom. They were like all over the place. They were in freaking cartoon, didn't they?
Now, keep in mind, guys, he only was doing like a 10-1-1. He probably has these cards, but
Yeah,
that could be a
I
different
can't show my whole collection.
You can't show everything.
There's a couple more I really wanted to show, but they were kind of like single cards, and I was trying to show groups because it's a little different than comics where it's just like one comic. They're smaller. I was trying to show like 2 or 3 at a time.
Guys, we can always have him back for another baseball.
Yeah, I could easily.
But no, that's what I meant though. They're probably in your collection, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, yeah.
If you didn't have that in a sports card collection, you weren't starting with a good base. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
You don't have to show it, but I'm just saying I knew one of them was going to show up, if not 2. But then you said no hockey, and I was like,
I think my favorite tonight has to be that cigarette card.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's just a cool part of history.
Yeah, 115 years old. Isn't that crazy?
Right. That's nuts.
Yeah. Here, I have this baseball token that I will send to you.
Do you ever do giveaways at the end?
I have once in a great while.
Can you do that quickly, or is that too complicated?
Let me see. Let me see if I can set this up. Hold on.
I should have said something before, but I was messing with my camera and I forgot.
All right, so let's see the 10-1-1 with Tyler, match tax. What do you want? What do you want the thing to be?
Hashtag. You pick it. You pick it.
Hashtag. Hashtag Bonos.
Oh no.
Yeah, Bonos.
All right, so everyone put hashtag Bonos in the comments, and I'll see if I can bring. I got the giveaway tool up, so we'll see if it works. So
no Mad Spidey, no Pokemon this time. Actually, Gary said to bring Pokemon, and I asked if I could do sports cards.
All I meant is you're welcome to bring whatever you want.
Yeah.
No limitations.
Yeah.
So what are you giving away tonight, Tyler? So the people know?
Oh, I thought you were giving some away.
Sorry, not this guy.
No, I actually don't want to show it.
Okay.
Once you win, you'll find out.
Mystery gift from Tyler.
Worldwide.
So in the hashtag Bo knows.
Oh, I'm
worldwide.
Playing.
Even
going in
Mad
and
Spidey.
playing.
Although if Mad Spidey wins, he won't want it. But
worldwide giveaway. You just
worldwide,
heard
and it's a sports card.
Oh,
just like I've been showing.
CJ, you can come on and do a Garbage Pails one.
No. That's 2 L's right there. CJ and Garbage Pail. No. This is a fucking.
So we'll give this
this is what I always do. Whenever I gave stuff away on Rob's, like you won actually the one time. It was the Something's Killing the Children hardback. I didn't show it. I don't like to show it. It makes it more fun. It's like you win.
I didn't win it.
No. I was you as in Marcus.
Marcus won it.
Oh, okay. Specs Appeal loves Garbage Pail Kids.
There you go. Ooh, Wacky Packs too. Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, I remember those.
I don't know Wacky Packs.
Yeah, I remember those.
Sounds like we got to get CJ on for an oddball card show.
You haven't put
that might be fun.
Shared your screen, Gary.
Yeah, you got to share the screen.
I will.
Some people have been putting it in, but I don't think everybody knows.
Right now, there's 10 entries.
Okay. One more minute.
We're there.
Bo knows. Hashtag Bo knows. This is it, guys.
So, do you have I saw something come across the Instagram feed where you can buy a display thing to mount on the wall to put the cards in.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know how much space you have or whatnot, but I always thought those would be kind of cool if I was doing cards.
Yeah, I think those are really cool, but mostly people use PSA. And I collect mostly SGC. So because of that, like I can't really get it unless they decide to make an SGC one.
Gotcha.
And I'm also low on wall space. That's a whole other thing, but I think those are cool too. I would love one of those.
I've always liked your display. The blue lights are nice in the background.
Yeah,
I can do any color.
Nice.
Here's the other.
All right. So we got. Oh, Las Cruces just entered. It's all over for everybody.
I don't know what they were thinking.
Congratulations.
I don't know what I was thinking.
You guys had a chance. Now it's all done.
It's 12. It's 12.
All
I don't know how many people
just entered. All right, you guys ready to draw this?
Yeah, let's do
Get
it.
it.
All right. Here we go, guys.
Me.
The winner is
Me. Not Marcus. Me.
one more, Brad.
yeah.
Congratulations, Brad.
If I win, Tyler.
So, Brad, where can he reach out to you, Tyler?
Oh yeah, that's a great question. Can you reach out to Gary?
I have his address. I
So
just mailed him something.
normally you could reach out to me on Instagram, but my Instagram's not working.
Brad, send me your address on IG and I will get it to Tyler for you.
Normally I wouldn't do that. I'm sorry, Gary, but
No, you're good.
it's just
man.
super odd that it's not working. I should have thought of that before.
I already told you earlier, when you have a princess on the show, you got to make certain accommodations.
Yeah, that's true.
No, that's no problem. Brad, send me your address and I will forward it to Tyler, buddy.
So this is what you won.
Let me make you big.
A
Dude,
1985 Astros Nolan Ryan.
Nice.
Ooh, that is nice.
I think it's a pretty cool card.
I think so too.
Holy
That looks
cow.
beautiful.
High grade, so it has some value. It's junk wax era for sure. I love the old Astros logo too.
Yeah.
Right, that's a nice little card design though.
Oh yeah,
Sometimes they get too busy with the card designs now.
yeah, for
They
sure.
try to
It's a
add
lot
too much
different
to
now.
them. And you got Brad saying that's cool, Tyler.
Good. I'm glad you like it.
So wow, so great show. That was a lot of fun. Thank you very much, Tyler. I really appreciate you coming on and giving us a look at something different. But let's go around the board here. We'll see what's coming up. And so Jim, we're gonna start with you, buddy. What's coming up for you this week?
I don't know. I need to. I have a review that I'm going to be doing of Philadelphia. I sat down the other night and read the first volume that I got at HeroesCon, and I didn't think. Well, watch the review, and then so I have that coming up. I got to shoot it. I'm shooting it tomorrow, and I'll probably post it on Saturday. I'm going to try to make this a regular weekly thing. Sometimes it'll be a random comic. Sometimes it'll be a series, but yeah, I'm starting with Philadelphia.
Very nice. All right, next. Okay, so coming up for me next week, we have Boss Kong, who did my new logo, and he's going to be contributing to Comics Curing Cancer. He's sending a package into them of original art and covers.
Nice.
He is going to do his first 10-1-1 next Tuesday, and then Thursday, I'm in the hot seat, and we're going to have Jim, John, and Cliff NY asking me questions for an hour. So
Right on.
that's next Thursday. It's role reversal day.
Role reversal.
You ran out of guess?
No, they wanted to do this. They wanted to put me in the hot seat, so I said
I don't
okay.
think so no, that was
No.
you. You're like, I'm in the hot seat.
No, I don't think having me as a guest is a ratings boost, Tyler.
No. It's your own
that
show.
ugly
It has
guy?
to be.
Yeah, let's go watch him.
Awesome.
Oh, thank you, Specs Appeal. We appreciate that. Now, Tyler, what's coming up for you, sir?
Just in general?
Yeah, another whack gossip coming up.
Well, tomorrow I'm going to a musical.
Nice.
It's Legally Blonde. My cousin's going to be in it.
All
So-
right.
So that'll be fun. And then Saturday I'm going to a sports card show.
Oh,
So I'm excited about that. I'm going to the Sports Card National at the end of the month too. And I think we have Whack Chats coming up. I don't know a date or time, but next week. It's called Whack Gossip XOXO. So
And Tyler, I'd like to say too, if your buddy that was here tonight, Paul, the sports guy, if you wanted to come on and do a sports card edition for himself, he's welcome to. I'll have you as a co-host if you want to co-host it too.
Yeah, I'll say something.
So just have him reach out to me.
Maybe
if he
he's
wants
still
to do that.
watching.
Huh?
Maybe he's still watching.
yeah.
Maybe.
I
But yeah,
doubt it.
so Paul, if you want to come on and do your own sports card edition, let me know. Contact me on IG and we'll get you set up.
Don't try to contact Tyler though. His is busted.
No, mine is
Well,
gone.
I'm pretty sure he's probably got Tyler's personal number.
Hopefully
Oh,
hopefully it's up by like
Tyler's
tomorrow.
personal number is where I send all my dick pics.
yeah. On every bathroom wall, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So
Right. No, but Tyler, that was a lot of fun, man. Thank you for coming on and giving us something different to look at. And
yeah, that was cool.
yeah, those cards are just great, man. That was a
Man.
lot of fun.
Freaking
Yeah, it was
Nolan
fun.
Ryan cards, man. Woo, baby.
Oh yeah, I've got one from every year, so I've like over 30. I could just do a whole Nolan Ryan show.
Oh,
Man, he was one of my favorites.
we can always do a
Even though it got
specialized
boring
show.
when you
just gotta
start
let me know. We'll set it up, man.
That wouldn't be 10-1-1 though. That'd just be 30 straight Nolan.
That's all right. We can do a sports card show and we can do a Nolan Ryan special.
Yeah.
No, his cards are great. Richard picture.
Richard
Yeah.
picture.
It took me a second. Then I'm like, oh, I got what he's doing. But well, first of all, I want to thank you, Jim. Always great having you as my co-host and wingman on Thursdays, buddy. I appreciate you.
Right on, right on.
The show's not the same without you. And Tyler, thanks for coming on for another 10-1-1, buddy. I appreciate it. A little something different this time, and
11-1-1.
a different side of your collection. And if we have any other parts of your collection we can explore, let me know. We'll set up a show around that.
Yeah, maybe I'll start collecting something else.
There you go. But also, thank you to the audience tonight. We had a great crew, so thank you guys in the chat for coming out and supporting us. The links are in the description below for both of these fine gentlemen, so sub them up and support them. And you can find Tyler on Whack Comics. They're doing Whack Gossip lately, which has been a lot of fun. Put the notification bells on because they do that when they decide to do it, and that's when you're going to know about it.
It really, yeah. It basically when it works is
Right.
Yeah.
So you need that notification bell.
Right.
And but that's it for tonight, guys. Thank you all so much for joining us. And as we like to end these things, keep it casual.